All right, well, it is hunting season for a lot of people, and a lot of people like to bring their furry friends along with them. So I'm joined this morning by Dr. Jen Klabundy from Northwood Animal Hospital with some tips on how to keep your pets safe and prevent these injuries from happening if you do decide to take your dog out hunting with you. So Jen, what are some things that people can do to kind of prevent those injuries?
Well, in the first segment, Holly, we talked about what to look for in your pet as soon as they're done, after a couple days of bird hunting. Today, right now, we're going to talk about how to prevent that. So initially, we had talked about watching their claws, looking for broken claws, broken toenails, people call them. And these are very painful for your pet. They can bleed, they can get infected. So what you can do to prevent that is actually quite simple, and that's just keep those claws nice and short. If you're not comfortable doing it at home, any vet office will do it for a couple dollars. And you can either use a typical normal toenail clippers, or a lot of people use a Dremel and grind them down. So either one works.
Okay, and then also when you're out hunting with your dog, they're being exposed to more types of things. They're more susceptible to getting things like heartworms, fleas even. So what are the preventative things there?
Correct. Ticks as well. Ticks spread Lyme disease. So ways that you can prevent all of those things is to keep your dog on a monthly heartworm prevention. And it's not just heartworm, Holly. It's intestinal worms, it's fleas, it's heartworm disease, all with one simple pill every month. And it's highly worth it. If your dog gets heartworm disease or Lyme disease, I mean, you're talking about thousands of dollars to treat as opposed to about $20 a month to prevent it. Also, Lyme disease has a vaccine, and it's highly efficacious, so very effective. Give them a shot once a year. They're protected against Lyme disease, which is spread by ticks that are common in the woods.
All right, absolutely. And then one thing we think about a lot with ourselves is wearing bright colors and orange and things, but people don't always realize that your pet needs protection in that way as well.
Right, and this is not just for spotting reasons, so other hunters see your dog and know that they're there. Obviously, do not hit them, but it's for protection as well. These vests are highly durable. They cover the sternum, they cover the chest and the belly, and these are areas that are exposed to all kinds of brush, hopping over barbed wire fences and things like that, wood, logs that are laying down. So very, very protective for your dog. Even last night, we had a dog that came in and had a huge laceration. The entire inner thigh was just, it was bad.
And definitely.
And so this could be, things like that could be protected with some mechanisms like that.
And things like those vests, dogs come in all shapes and sizes.
Right.
So
they make
are
them.
there many different options for things like that?
There really are, and they also make protective boots. And so if your pet is having broken, lacerated pads on their foot, you can actually get little rubber booties that are highly durable, brightly colored. They can match your vest, go with some camo, go with some orange. There's lots of options out there, and of course we have to accessorize and match, and they do offer that.
Absolutely, of course. And then one last thing that is important to bring along with you is a first aid kit.
Right. And this is very important. Most people carry this. It has your basics in it, things to stop bleeding, things to, bandage material. But next week on Pet Talk, I'm going to have a first aid kit, show people how to make it themselves, and just leave it in your car, have it at all times.
Right, just like you want to protect yourself, you have a first aid kit for yourself, you want to have one for your pet. So like Jen said, next week on Pet Talk, we'll go more deeper into what is in the first aid kit, and we'll of course have some examples for you then. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Jen Klabundy from Northwood Animal Hospital.